TAQ Capital. Technical analysis quickly.
This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Before taking any action based on the information provided on this channel, it is recommended that you seek the advice of a professional licensed financial advisor.
Let's do this.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is your 3 a.m. Bitcoin broadcast. Yes, I'm still up here trading. I just wanted to touch base and say, in short, I think we've got more upside before we've got our downside. Let me zoom out here for a second to give you a bigger picture view, and then I'll jump back in here. Okay, on the 15-minute chart, when we came crashing down here from the big run, we entered this blue wedge. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we did this little swoop before we're going to break up. And I think where we're headed is actually breaking out of, well, this blue wedge here, as well as what will be this teal wedge. Within this blue wedge that we started, we entered this orange wedge. So we had this hit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've kind of been just lingering here. Now, we have all this room up here that we can go to without ruining the 1, 2, 3, 4 breakout, because we know we're going to have breakout down here because it's an upward broadening wedge. So there's no surprise there. We're coming down out of here at some point. But because we have all this room to play with in this type of wedge, I mean, I don't want to say it's anybody's guess because I'm going to explain it here. We're going to determine its trajectory, but it leaves a lot of opportunity, I guess is more what I'm getting at, for Bitcoin to do whatever the hell it feels like. You'll notice that this blue wedge here is running pretty much the exact same as this teal wedge. It's not quite, but it's pretty close. And when we broke from this point here, we entered this teal wedge. So this was our first hit. Then we came down and had our second hit. We went up and had our third hit, came down and had our fourth hit. And through all of this, unless you're doing technical analysis, it looks like Bitcoin's lost its damn mind. Like, what is going on? So from the fourth hit, we had this bounce and then breakout. And I think this little nothing is breakout. And what that means, if I zoom in, is a redrawing of this wedge. We've got to take this and draw it down to the bottom, which means this is no longer a hit, which means we're working with 1, 2, 3, and that puts 4 up here. And if we use the Fibonacci retracement tool, you know, if we take this, the green line from here down to here, you end up with a target of 20,090. So that would put us right up here, bouncing off the blue and the teal. Depending on when it hits, it also puts us right around this teal symmetrical wedge that we've been in for quite some time. Zoomed out on the 1 hour, it looks like this. First hit. Where am I going here? Second hit. Third hit. Fourth hit. So this could be the breakout right there. It could even take us up higher than that, breaking the red one, which would take us into probably a sideways broadening wedge, meaning we would have to drag this red up, and then we could come down, break through the green before we head back up again, and then break the orange, green, and purple. So it's possible that we're going to actually break this teal one before we break these 3, whereas originally I was thinking we were going to break all 4 at the same time. So this down here is still coming. It's just when. I think we're looking at more upside. I think we're going to break this 20,100 mark, and we're going to get above where this red line gets moved to this, something along those lines, and then we have a sideways broadening wedge. So when we look at it here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it can break either way. So once it comes down like this, another swoop low, which it's done so many times, and does this, it'll break up out of that red and come up this way probably before it then flops over. So that's my guess on the trajectory. Originally, I thought we were going to be turning around, from a buy-in of right around 19.5, 19.6. But the way that this is broken out is just very different. I mean, from this point that we had hit, we broke up into this green wedge. And then once we broke down out of it, we broke up into another yellow wedge, and then up into another, ascending wedge. And then we didn't even hit, well, I guess we got this little yellow descending wedge here, but then we hit this sideways broadening wedge. So all of these are giving us more opportunity to go up, 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 up. And of course, we have the teal wedge here that has given us now a new low for our 3 before we go up here and hit our 4. So if this is what it's telling us, 20,090, I would expect that we're going to go slightly higher than that. And 20,090, just from where it's sitting here on the fib tool, it's outside of this teal wedge. So we're going to reset well, we may not actually redraw it, but we're going to break out of the teal symmetrical wedge that we've been in. So, and if we do end up breaking the red, if I zoom back out to fix the red, we're talking a dollar amount of 20,362, something to that effect, which we did hit, I think, at some point. Let me look this up. 20,373 on the 27th. So we're probably going to come back up and then get that high, but it'll actually be a breakout of here. So then we'll redraw it, and then eventually we're going to be getting this thing into a sideways broadening wedge. But because this is going down, we know we have to break up out of here. So I think that's what's going to happen. I would expect a long of, I don't know, 20,400. If you want to play it safe, just put it right on the other side of the red, 20,330. And then we'll come crashing back down to break out of the green. Because if we hit here, we're still well within the not touching the green line zone. So the green plays out perfectly. The orange plays out fine because we have all this room to go up. The teal plays out. And then when it comes crashing back down under the green will play out. So all of this is perfect. So that would be my guess. I hate calling it a guess, but I mean, at the end of the day, Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants to do. But from a technical analysis standpoint, that's what it's telling us. I mean, it's struggling a bit right now to stay within this teal wedge, but it's, it keeps retracting. It keeps bouncing back up in. If I zoom in closer here on the 3 minute, we come down, we hit it, we bounce back in. So, I mean, it's been on a pretty good tear lately. So, I mean, a lot of upward movement there, reset, a lot of upward movement there. I mean, it's a very bullish coin right now. And I'm not talking about, the macro here. I'm talking about how it's played out since it bounced off this orange. It's wanted to go up. It just hasn't got its footing yet. And when it does, I'm calling about 24,000. Sorry, 20,400, not 24,000. So, use your stop losses out there. Be smart, risk management, and you can ride this thing up there and then ride it all the way back down again. And whether the market's going up or it's going down, that volatility is getting you paid. So that's it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, and subscribe as it helps the channel. And I'm going to sign off here and hit the hay. Good luck trading, and I'll catch you in the next video.